Welcome to our comprehensive exploration of safety and efficacy in drug therapies. In today's world, medications play a crucial role in treating illnesses and improving quality of life. However, ensuring that these drugs are both safe and effective is a complex process involving rigorous research, testing, and ongoing monitoring. In this video, we'll break down what safety and efficacy mean in the context of drug therapies, why they matter, and how they impact patients, healthcare providers, and the broader medical community. Let's begin by understanding the basic definitions and setting the stage for our discussion. Drug safety refers to the ability of a medication to produce its intended effect without causing harmful side effects or adverse reactions. This concept is central to all stages of drug development and use. Safety assessments begin in the laboratory and continue through clinical trials and even after the drug is approved for public use. Monitoring for side effects, both common and rare, helps ensure that the benefits of a drug outweigh its risks. Understanding drug safety is essential for patients and healthcare professionals alike, as it guides decisions about which therapies to use and how to use them responsibly. Efficacy is a measure of how well a drug achieves its intended therapeutic effect under ideal conditions, such as in controlled clinical trials. It answers the question, does the drug work as expected? Efficacy is determined through rigorous studies that compare the drug to a placebo or existing treatments. High efficacy means the drug produces significant benefits for patients, while low efficacy may lead to reconsideration of its use. It's important to distinguish efficacy from effectiveness, which refers to how well the drug works in real-world settings. Finding the right balance between safety and efficacy is at the heart of drug development. A medication that is highly effective but unsafe cannot be approved, just as a very safe drug with little benefit is unlikely to be used. Regulatory agencies, such as the FDA, carefully weigh these factors when evaluating new drugs. The goal is to maximize therapeutic benefits while minimizing risks. This balance is dynamic and may change as more data becomes available after a drug is released to the public. Before a drug ever reaches human trials, it undergoes extensive preclinical testing. This stage involves laboratory and animal studies to evaluate the drug's safety profile and potential effectiveness. Researchers look for signs of toxicity, how the drug is metabolized, and any early indications of therapeutic benefit. Only drugs that pass these rigorous tests move on to clinical trials involving human participants. Preclinical testing is a critical first step in ensuring that only the most promising and safest candidates advance. These clinical trials mark the first time a new drug is tested in humans. These studies typically involve a small group of healthy volunteers and focus primarily on safety. Researchers monitor participants closely for any adverse effects and determine safe dosage ranges. While some information about how the drug works is gathered, the main goal is to ensure that it does not cause harm. Successful completion of Phase I is necessary before moving on to larger trials. Phase II trials expand the number of participants and begin to focus more on efficacy, while still monitoring safety. These studies often involve patients who have the condition the drug is intended to treat. Researchers collect data on how well the drug works, optimal dosing, and any side effects that may arise. This phase is crucial for determining whether the drug has enough promise to justify larger, more expensive trials. Phase III trials are large-scale studies involving hundreds or even thousands of patients. These trials provide the most robust data on both safety and efficacy, comparing the new drug to standard treatments or placebos. The results from Phase II are critical for regulatory approval. Researchers look for statistically significant improvements in patient outcomes and monitor for any rare or serious side effects. Successful Phase II trials pave the way for a drug to reach the market. Once clinical trials are complete, the data is submitted to regulatory agencies for review. These agencies, such as the FDA or EMA, thoroughly examine the evidence for safety and efficacy. They may request additional data or clarification before making a decision. Approval is only granted if the benefits clearly outweigh the risks. This rigorous review process is designed to protect public health and ensure that only safe, effective drugs reach the market. Even after a drug is approved, monitoring continues through post-marketing surveillance. This phase, also known as Phase IV, tracks the drug's performance in the general population. Healthcare providers and patients report any adverse events, which are analyzed for patterns or new risks. Sometimes rare side effects only become apparent after widespread use. Ongoing surveillance helps ensure that drugs remain safe and effective throughout their life cycle. Adverse drug reactions, or ADRs, are unwanted or harmful effects caused by medications. These can range from mild symptoms like nausea to severe or life-threatening conditions. Reporting and analyzing ADRs is a key part of drug safety. Healthcare professionals are trained to recognize and manage these reactions, and regulatory agencies use this information to update safety guidelines or, in rare cases, withdraw drugs from the market. Every drug therapy involves weighing the potential benefits against the possible risks. This risk-benefit assessment is ongoing and may change as new information emerges. For some conditions, a higher risk may be acceptable if the potential benefit is life-saving. For others, only minimal risk is tolerated. Patients and healthcare providers must work together to make informed decisions based on individual circumstances and preferences. Personalized medicine tailors drug therapies to individual patients based on genetic, environmental, and lifestyle factors. This approach can improve both safety and efficacy by identifying which drugs are most likely to work and which may cause adverse reactions. Advances in genetic testing and data analysis are making personalized medicine more accessible, offering hope for safer, more effective treatment. Drug interactions occur when one medication affects the action of another, potentially leading to reduced efficacy or increased risk of side effects. Understanding and managing drug interactions is essential for safe therapy, especially for patients taking multiple medications. Healthcare providers use specialized tools and databases to check for potential interactions and adjust treatment plans accordingly. Certain groups, such as children, the elderly, pregnant women, or those with chronic illnesses, may respond differently to medications. Drug safety and efficacy must be carefully evaluated in these special populations. Dosages, side effects, and drug choices may need to be adjusted to account for unique physiological factors. Clinical trials increasingly include diverse participants to better understand these differences. Educating patients about their medications is a cornerstone of safe drug therapy. Patients need to understand how to take their medicines, recognize potential side effects, and know when to seek help. Clear communication between healthcare providers and patients can prevent errors and improve outcomes. Written instructions, counseling, and follow-up are all important components of patient education. Medication adherence refers to how well patients follow their prescribed treatment plans. Poor adherence can reduce efficacy and increase the risk of complications. Factors affecting adherence include complex regimens, side effects, cost, and understanding of the therapy. Healthcare teams work with patients to identify barriers and develop strategies to improve adherence, such as reminders or simplifying dosing schedule. Pharmacovigilance is the science of detecting, assessing, and preventing adverse effects of drugs. It involves collecting data from healthcare providers, patients, and manufacturers to identify new risks and update safety information. Pharmacovigilance systems are essential for maintaining drug safety after approval and ensuring that patients continue to benefit from effective therapies. Generic drugs are required to have the same active ingredients, strength, and efficacy as their brand name counterparts. However, differences in inactive ingredients or manufacturing processes can sometimes affect safety or tolerability. Regulatory agencies ensure that generics meet strict standards before approval. For most patients, generics offer a safe, effective, and affordable alternative to brand name drugs. Over-the-counter (OTC) medications are available without a prescription and are generally considered safe when used as directed. However, misuse or combining OTC drugs with prescription medications can lead to adverse effects. It's important for patients to read labels, follow dosing instructions, and consult healthcare providers if they have questions or are taking other medications. Herbal and alternative therapies are widely used, but their safety and efficacy are often less well studied than conventional drugs. Some herbal products can interact with prescription medications or cause side effects. Patients should inform their healthcare providers about all supplements and alternative therapies they use to ensure safe and coordinated care. Antibiotic stewardship refers to the responsible use of antibiotics to preserve their effectiveness and prevent resistance. Overuse or misuse of antibiotics can lead to dangerous side effects and the development of resistant bacteria. Healthcare providers follow strict guidelines to ensure antibiotics are prescribed only when necessary and for the appropriate duration. Children are not just small adults, their bodies process drugs differently. Pediatric drug safety requires special consideration, including age-appropriate dosing, formulations, and monitoring for unique side effects. Clinical trials in children help ensure that therapies are both safe and effective for this vulnerable population. Older adults often take multiple medications, a situation known as polypharmacy. This increases the risk of drug interactions and side effects. Careful medication management, regular reviews, and dose adjustments are essential to maintain safety and efficacy in elderly patients. Healthcare providers work closely with patients and caregivers to optimize therapy. Pregnant women require special consideration when it comes to drug therapy. Some medications can harm the developing fetus, while others may be necessary for the mother's health. Healthcare providers carefully weigh the risks and benefits, often consulting specialized resources to guide safe prescribing during pregnancy. Managing chronic diseases often involves long-term drug therapy. Safety and efficacy must be monitored over time, as patients' needs and responses can change. Regular checkups, lab tests, and communication with healthcare providers help ensure that therapies remain appropriate and effective. Pharmacists play a vital role in ensuring drug safety and efficacy. They review prescriptions for potential interactions, counsel patients on proper use, and provide valuable information about side effects and storage. Pharmacists are accessible healthcare professionals who support safe medication practices in the community. Medication errors can occur at any stage, from prescribing to dispensing to administration. These errors may lead to reduced efficacy or harm. Systems such as electronic prescribing, double checks, and patient education are designed to minimize errors and enhance safety throughout the medication process. Sometimes, drugs are recalled from the market due to safety concerns such as contamination or unexpected side effects. Regulatory agencies work quickly to inform healthcare providers and the public. Patients should follow instructions from their providers if a recall affects their medication. Clinical guidelines provide evidence-based recommendations for drug therapy. These guidelines help standardize care, improve outcomes, and reduce variability in treatment. Following guidelines supports both safety and efficacy, ensuring that patients receive the most appropriate therapies for their conditions. Technology is transforming drug safety and efficacy. Electronic health records, decision support systems, and mobile apps help track medications, flag interactions, and provide real-time information. These tools empower both healthcare providers and patients to make safer, more informed choices about drug therapy. Drug safety is a global concern. International collaboration among regulatory agencies, researchers, and manufacturers helps identify and address safety issues quickly. Sharing data and best practices ensures that patients worldwide benefit from the latest advances in drug safety and efficacy. New drug therapies, such as biologics and gene therapies, offer exciting possibilities but also present unique safety and efficacy challenges. These treatments often require specialized monitoring and may have unknown long-term effects. Ongoing research and careful oversight are essential as these innovative therapies become more widely available. Vaccines are among the most effective public health tools, but their safety and efficacy are closely monitored. Rigorous clinical trials and post-marketing surveillance ensure that vaccines provide strong protection with minimal risk. Transparent communication about benefits and risks helps maintain public trust in vaccination programs. Clinical trials are the foundation of drug safety and efficacy evaluation. These carefully designed studies provide the data needed to make informed decisions about new therapies. Participation in clinical trials also helps advance medical knowledge and improve future treatments for all patients. Patient-centered care puts the individual's needs, preferences, and values at the heart of drug therapy decisions. This approach improves safety and efficacy by ensuring that treatments are tailored to each patient's unique situation. Open communication and shared decision-making are key elements of patient-centered care. Cost and accessibility of medications can impact both safety and efficacy. High costs may lead patients to skip doses or avoid treatment, while limited access can delay care. Policymakers and healthcare providers work to improve affordability and ensure that all patients have access to safe, effective therapies. Ethical considerations are central to drug development and use. Informed consent, patient autonomy, and transparency are essential for maintaining trust and ensuring that therapies are used responsibly. Ethical review boards oversee clinical trials to protect participants and uphold high standards. The future of drug safety and efficacy is bright, with advances in technology, personalized medicine, and global collaboration leading the way. Ongoing research, improved data sharing, and patient engagement will continue to drive progress. The ultimate goal is to provide safe, effective, and accessible therapies for everyone. Real-life patient stories highlight the importance of drug safety and efficacy. Hearing about challenges, successes, and lessons learned from those who have experienced drug therapies firsthand can inspire and inform others. These stories remind us that behind every medication is a person hoping for better health. Effective drug therapy relies on collaboration among doctors, pharmacists, nurses, and patients. Each team member brings unique expertise to ensure that medications are used safely and effectively. Open communication and shared responsibility help prevent errors and optimize outcomes. Continuous improvement is essential in drug safety and efficacy. Healthcare systems regularly review practices, update guidelines, and implement new technologies to enhance patient care. Learning from past experiences and adapting to new challenges ensures that drug therapies remain as safe and effective as possible. Patient advocacy groups play a vital role in promoting drug safety and efficacy. They provide education, support, and a voice for patients in policy discussions. Advocacy efforts help shape research priorities, improve access, and ensure that patient perspectives are considered in all aspects of drug therapy. Let's recap the main points from our discussion. Drug safety and efficacy are the foundation of effective medical treatment. From preclinical testing to post-marketing surveillance, every step is designed to protect patients and maximize benefits. Collaboration, education, and ongoing research are essential for continued progress in this field. As we look to the future, the commitment to drug safety and efficacy remains strong. Advances in science, technology, and patient engagement will continue to shape the landscape of drug therapy. By working together, we can ensure that medications are safe, effective, and accessible for all who need them. Thank you for joining us on this important journey.